and my distinguished colleagues. Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, I'm very mindful of the mode of the Senate, but I quickly want to read an abridged version of the lead debate on the Nigerian Peace Corps. Fortunately, most of us here were present in the 8th Senate, and you were the Senate leader when this bill was passed. Unfortunately, the President did not assent to it for obvious reasons that we have taken note and taken care of in this. And that was because he was like not advised properly and explanations were not sought. And therefore, when we did that again, the executive said it's okay to present the bill again. And I hope that this Senate, being part of what we did last time, will again pass this bill for the second reading. Having said that, Mr. President, we have distributed the lead debate, but I will abridge it because of time. Mr. President, you will recall that in your capacity as the majority leader in the 8th Senate, the Nigerian Peace Corps Establishment Bill was introduced before this hallowed chamber by my humble self. The bill went through all legislative processes, including public hearing, and was overwhelmingly passed. The bill also passed through all the same necessary legislative processes in the House of Rep and also eventually passed. The core mandate being sought, as we mostly know, especially those of us that were in the 8th Senate, is that the Nigerian Peace Corps Establishment Bill is to develop, empower, and provide gainful employment for youth to facilitate peace, volunteerism, community service, neighborhood watch, nation building, and for other related matters. The bill, which is to give statutory backing to existing Peace Corps of Nigeria, which currently has over 187,000 members comprising of regular staff and volunteers, with well-structured network of branches in 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory. Prior to the introduction of the bill, Mr. President, the Peace Corps of Nigeria, which came into existence on 10th July 1999, is incorporated under the Companies Act and Allied Matters of 1990, Part C. Based on its laudable achievement over the years, the Peace Corps was accorded the federal government recognition through the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development. On the international scene, the Corps was equally granted a special consultative status by the African Union and the United Nations Economic and Social Council. It should be recalled that during the public hearing of this bill by the Senate and the House of Rep, over 574 memoranda and oral presentations were made with most religious organizations, traditional institutions, federal government ministries and agencies, state governments, state houses of assembly, civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations, youth and student bodies that participated in the public hearing overwhelmingly supported it. Among all the written and oral presentations, 95% were in support of the bill. Mr. President, after being consolidated by Joint Committee on Interior of the two chambers and adopted by the Senate and the House of Reps, the bill was transmitted to Mr. President for his assent, which he declined, citing lack of funds then and security concerns as his reason for withholding his assent to the bill. The concerns expressed by Mr. President is that part of the functions being sought by Peace Corps are already being carried out by existing security agencies. These have, however, been addressed in the functions contained in the current bill pending before these followed chambers. Mr. President, concerned by the increasing wave of unemployment and high poverty in the land, both past and present administration initiated different interventions to mitigate these challenges. Some of these we may recall is the Sure Pay, You Win Cash Conditional Transfer, N-Power, Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, GIP, Government Intervention Fund, Youth Investment Fund, Social Safety Net, and etc. It's a proven fact that once these financial handouts are no longer forthcoming, as it is the case in some instances, these same youths go back to the streets and protest quickly to revert social ills and productive preoccupation, and even sometimes backlashing the government. However, it is advisable that a more robust, sustainable, and institutionalized approach be adopted to ensure irreversibility of the conditions and welfare of the status of our youth. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, the volunteers will help in the community development and improve social and economic conditions. The dynamic nature of increasing insecurity in Nigeria today requires differentiation as a pinnacle to expertise in addressing security challenges. It also requires multi-sectoral, multilateral, multidimensional approach to tackle. In more advanced societies, Mr. President, youth-based organizations like the Nigerian Peace Corps are established with the sole aim of engaging and preoccupying the youth as a pinnacle to social consequences of being unemployed. Similar organizations exist in other parts of the world are in the American Peace Corps, Canadian Peace Corps, Bangladesh National Cadet Corps, Peace Corps, Peace Officers Commission in China, Chinese Labor Corps, Leather Uniform Corps of Malaysia, Malaysia People Volunteer Corps, Production and Construction Corps of China. All these are consciously and deliberately designed to empower and socially preoccupy the youth so that their state of idleness won't be exploited adversely. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, from the core mandate of the functions of the Peace Corps contained in Part 1 and Section 2 of this bill, the Nigerian Peace Corps, when established, besides engaging millions of unemployed youths on permanent basis, has a capacity of complementing the functions of conventional security agencies in the areas of developing its members as supporting agents of social order by providing second-line public safety. Mr. President, in conclusion, it is worthy to note that in spite of the high level of sophistication and attainment in armament and weaponry, the Arab nations are currently toying with the idea of setting Peace Corps in their various countries as a pinnacle to addressing the security challenges confronting them. It is on this note that I crave your indulgence, distinguished colleagues, to vote overwhelmingly in support of this bill and in the overall interest of millions of Nigerian youths. Thank you very much.
Senator Leader.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, this bill, has come through. I don't just even met it in the Senate. It has been there for quite some time. And I think the issues, the merits and demerits of this bill have been discussed in terms of its general principles over the life of about 2 or 3 Senates. So I don't think we should dwell that much on the issues because the merit and the merits of the general principle of the bill is not in doubt. It is the other considerations, like the sponsor has said, protection of costs and other kind of things that prevented its assent by the President. So, given the fact that he has already established that those observations that have been made by the executive has been addressed, I will rise to support the bill for the second reading so that it goes into committee. I will also like in order to make it much more attractive when it goes to the committee, I will suggest that it should take the form of the Chinese model, that the production and construction corps. It will just a Peace Corps which will be armed to go around, but it should have some tangible purpose. I think if we give it some purpose, it will be able to really attract the attention, of the authorities, so that its purpose will not be seen to be just policing around, but doing certain tangible work in the construction and infrastructure development agenda of the country. So maybe when it goes to the committee at that level, a purposeful need for it will be established so that it can, now go through.
They will also guide them and participate in agricultural extension. They will learn, not only being policing people, they also learn how to do farming and agricultural extension. So we can use them like Boko Haram going to kill people in Borno State. If we have young men and women who are sitting down there and also being extended farmers, extended officers, they will fight with Boko Haram. They will not allow our people to die because they will also resist and be the second defense those elderly farmers will have. So in supporting this bill, it is not a bill we can just leave to go. We can use them in construction, we can use them in road maintenance, like we are going to pay people in local government, say they are going to be paid some money for we can convert it to this. All those people receiving this money will join the Peace Corps. So I support this bill that we should go ahead and send it for second reading. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Is there anybody against the bill? Those in favor that the bill be now read a second time, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk of the Senate.
Second reading.
A bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Nigerian Peace Corps to develop, empower, and provide gainful employment for the youth, facilitate peace, volunteerism, community services, Neighbourhood Watch, nation building, and for related matters 2020, second reading taken, and the bill is referred to our Committee on Interior to report back within 4 weeks.